Right now, February 6, 2015, 11:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, ESPN Friday Night Fights. We're here live. This is simultaneous. They're going to the cards. Abraham Hahn versus Sergio Mora. It was supposed to be Jermain Taylor, IBF 160-pound champion. Well, he has been stripped. Former IBF 160-pound champion Jermain Taylor versus Sergio Mora. Sergio Mora at this point in time, well, before the fight was ranked number 15 by the IBF, but we're going to get to that. Let's listen to the cards. We're here live. T-Street Controversy live.
We go to the judges' scorecards, and we have a split decision. Judge Richard Green scores it 114 to 113 in favor of Mora. Judge Larry Ingalls scores it 115 to 112 in favor of Hahn. They're going to give it to Hahn. And Judge Freddie Steinwinder III scores it 115 to 112 in favor of your winner, and now the USBA Middleweight Champion, the man known as the Latin Snake, Sergio Mora.
Split decision win for Sergio Mora.
28, 3-2 with 9 KOs. And be honest with you, that's how Sergio Mora fights go. When you look at the draw against Shane Mosley, and my God, that was on pay-per-view. When you look at the fact that his only clear loss, you know, with no controversy, was against Vernon Forrest. If you look at, well, I'm talking about as far as, you know, well, yeah, no controversy, just clear cut. The cards all wrote that he lost. But when you look at the fight with Brian Vera, and there's one more I'm missing. I forgot which one it was. But anyway, right now, February 6, 2015, I'm T-Street Controversy for RealCombatMedia.com, and I cover every single major fight live. It was supposed to be Jermain Taylor. Jermain Taylor has been stripped by the IBF, rightfully so. And now it looks like Sergio Mora may be taking on whoever the #1 guy is in the division, and I forgot who it is. Abraham Hahn is an American-Japanese fighter. His wife is a kickboxer. I don't know what that has to do with this boxing video, but I found that out doing ESPN Friday Night Fights. And I said, you know what, I might as well, you know, bring that up in the video. But what you see is that Abraham Hahn is a work-hard type fighter, to whereas he's not necessarily good at just one thing. He's not really necessarily good at much as far as, okay, well, this is what he's going to do to beat you, but pretty respectable record and pretty respectable, you know, resume as far as ESPN Friday Night Fights is concerned. His only loss before that was against Glenn Tapia, and I forgot, I saw that fight. Where was that at? Against Glenn Tapia, and that was the only time he got stopped. Now, Sergio Mora, I found out, well, not found out, but I remember how displeasing it can be to watch Sergio Mora fights. And Sergio Mora is not, you know, a fighter that's not necessarily exciting. Well, he's not. But to me, I like fighters like that. I try to find some way, oh my bad. I try to find some way to find excitement in those type of fighters. But honestly, truth be told, it's hard for him to get fights, and it's good that he's with an advisor like Al Heyman, because Al Heyman can get him, you know, big fights. Basically, you see, he was going to get a title shot against Jermain Taylor, and he's like the WBC something. I don't know. I think he's like, you know, I think he's like one of the WBC silver champions or something like that, because he's always got that belt with him. I don't know. I got to figure that out. I'm supposed to know, but I definitely got to figure that out. What did we see? We saw, you know, the typical Sergio Mora fights. He'll land some clean punches every now and then, usually controlling the ring as far as ring generalship. But as far as excitement and as far as clearly dominating each rounds, you don't get that too much from Sergio Mora. You know, especially in his fights that usually mean something. Big name or not, in his fights that mean something, that he needs to prove something to someone. Headlining the ESPN card that was supposed to be against Jermain Taylor. So now, you know, in Mississippi of all places. So now he's got to be the one to sell the fight. And frankly, with performances like that, you know, with this thirst that boxing fans have for a big fight, you know, I don't know. See, because, you know, I personally enjoy fights like that with Bernard Hopkins, Carlos Molina, 154-pound Carlos Molina, you know, and guys like Sergio Mora, Andre Ward, you know, and Vladimir Klitschko. I enjoy, you know, fighters like that. You know, I enjoy fighters that use that slick, as they say, savvy, somewhat dirty-ish type style. Mora's not dirty, but he's awkward and he moves a lot as far as, you know, on the inside, doing all the different turns and all that, you know. But moving on, what's next for him? I'm guessing, you know, since he was supposed to get a title shot, they're not going to just dick him over and just be like, well, we're not going to give you a title shot now, fight somebody else. So I'm guessing whoever the number one IBF guy is at 168 pounds, he's going to be going against 160 pounds. My bad. He's going to wait. Let me look at the 160-pound landscape. You know, you can have a big fight with him. No, wait. Troyano Johnson, 160 pounds. Him against Sergio Mora. Before he was a Rock Nation fighter. Now he's just a Gary Shaw Productions fighter. You know, so that's a fight that can be made. Sergio Mora versus Peter Quillen. Peter Quillen needs to make money right now. You know, Peter Quillen needs to get the fans' respect. And I don't think a fight with Sergio Mora, you know, maybe Sergio Mora versus Danny Jacobs on an undercard or something, you know. So there's fights out there for him, like I said. Not going to take it too long. I have T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. If you don't know, Jermain Taylor had to turn himself in. What was that, about 2 weeks or so ago? About a week ago or so, because that's my tag for my hat. About a week ago or so, because basically he's pretty much really bad intentions now, and he's got nothing but bad intentions for people when he's just, you know, allegedly throwing bricks at people, allegedly threatening to kill families and all this. It's like, my God, this guy's crazy, you know, allegedly. But, you know, looking at his bizarre Facebook post and everything, I'm not the person to judge. I went through a little drinking problem myself. But at the same time, it's just like, oh, okay, JT, get some help ASAP. And then there was already questions around, well, should he have been fighting or not? And it's a shame because you got to think, I'm disappointed in you, Arkansas. You know, because it's like, all this is like, you know, you don't got no candy. You know, we got shit like this going on because there's no candy at the MLK parade. But I'm thinking like, well, wait a minute, Jermain Taylor. You're like a millionaire, you know, or if you're not a millionaire, Jermain Taylor got some money. So I'm thinking like, well, why couldn't you go to like Rite Aid, Walgreens, CVS, you know, whatever grocery store and just buy a whole fucking cart of candy? Instead, you see like bizarre Instagram and pictures of him out there with his yak and he getting hype and shit all turned up. And I'm like, yo, you know, and then it's like you got your championship belt. You have little kids hold your belt. Now, me, I'm a father myself, but at the same time, I wouldn't let my kids like hold my camera or something like that. I know he's a champion, you know, maybe that's just me being grumpy, but I'm not letting no kid hold my belt. I'm just saying, you know, unless you like, you know, a sick kid or something like that, you know, I'm just saying, you know, I help you out. But for some regular kid, I look at you, I'm like, man, all right, I supervise you holding the belt. I'd be like, listen, look, I'm gonna hold it, and then you just get into the picture with the belt. But I'm not letting you just hold my belt. Sorry, I hope that don't sound a little crazy. But anyway, I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe.